Yeah boy, welcome back to the Captain's Vlog. It's been a while, mate. We've been having a bit of a mad old time for this last 12 months basically. Had to shut my business down after COVID destroyed it, and then I got a job and that's going good. So I haven't really had much time to do anything with the Civic at all because life's been happening and stuff's been going on. But today I've got a little treat for you because we're about to do some track prep on the Civic, ready to go to Silverstone National Circuit on the 11th of September. So I'll show you what I bought, shall I? So there she is on the stands, bumper off, ready to rock and roll. And what we've got over here is some bits and pieces. We've got an oil cooler kit. This is most required. The last time out on circuit we had some oil temp issues. It hit like 120 and above just, and I wasn't happy with it, so I had to keep cooling the car down, which is far from ideal. So we've got ourselves a Mocal 19 row oil cooler kit. So I've gone with the rubber pipe system just purely because it's got all pre-made ends, pre-made fittings, and it should in theory make it a pretty rapid, you know, an easy install. So that was the idea behind that. So in this here bag, if I can open it, we've gone with a Mocal sandwich plate or takeoff plate. I think these are AN10, I'm not entirely sure. But what we've got inside here is a 92°C thermostat. So that little bad boy will stay pretty well all the way closed. I believe it just allows some oil through to the cooler and back, but not of any significant amount. But once it hits 92 degrees, that little puppy will open and then it will flow freely through the hoses into the cooler. So we've got some brackets, we've got some hoses. What else we've got on the go here? Put that out of the way. And then this is the actual cooler module or rad. So again, it's a 19 row. I've done some research on some guys that have been using these on track, and the sort of standard kit form 10 or 13 row may well not have been enough. So I've gone with a 19 and a 92 thermostat. So the oil's going to get pretty warm to start with, and then once it does get up to temperature, it'll go through, and then it will be cooled down by this little puppy in the front of the car. So we've got a nice little Mocal stamp in the top there, so she's a genuine product. I believe this is actually a proper kit that they sell from Mocal. But one thing that might be fun is, I don't know how well you'll see on the GoPro, but the space there between sort of the edge of the hex on the bolt and the casting is like non-existent. So I need to check how tight they need to be, because that could probably be a dodgy spanner job rather than a socket, because I don't think you're going to get a socket on there. So first thing to do is run the engine up to temperature, dump the oil out of it, and we'll inspect the oil, and then we'll start mocking up a location for this to go in the car. I sort of reckon you're probably going to go in this region here somewhere. How we're going to bolt it in yet, we're not sure, so we're going to figure it all out. Let's go. Here we are doing a little quick update. I think that's where I'm probably going to stick it, on this bottom panel here, mainly because I still need space to get my cold air intake tube past, and it needs to be in the airflow of the hole in the bumper. So, and quite handily, there's actually an OEM hole just there, which I'm going to just widen out to get an M4 riv nut in it. So I'm going to have one bolt in there. I'll make a new hole with a riv nut in that side, and then on here I've got this bracket up there which I put a hole in it for. That was what the what used to go there, the breather. So I'll mount the breather on the inside somewhere, and I'll use this universal bracket to connect it from there to there, and then I'll probably try and do something similar over this side with another. I've got another one of these, go from there to there, and then that should hold that pretty tidy right in the airflow. And looking at the lengths of the hose, it looks like it's going to be plenty long enough to go down there under the chassis leg, zip tie it all up, and then back round to the other side to where the filter and the sandwich plate's going to live. So Need to charge my drill up now because it's been a while since I used it. So charge the drill up and then knock some holes in there, get the riv nutter out, bosh, get it fitted. More power, Captain. It's a little tight. I hate doing this because you get metal filings that fall inside the hole. Okay, here we go, we are done. I do love a riv nut, just make life so easy. Right, okay, see if we can get it to fit now. Get you to sit somewhere. Nah, need a different tripod, don't I? Right, back in a minute, I'm going to bolt it up. Right, well the holes all lined up perfectly, so I'm just going to wind the bolts in. Handle indoors, there we go. I'll bolt it down, it should stand it up a little bit. That's actually pretty sturdy, as is. Oh no, it's got a little bit, it's got some movement. It's more movement than I'd like, so we need to make the bracket fit between there and there. And that'll stop the top half, and then we'll try and do something the same over there, hopefully, using that little dude. Okay folks, that's the easy bit done. There is a Mocal collar in the car. So we've got a 90-degree bracket holding it to the rad support there, and then another sort of fold bent bracket under this side holding it to the underside of the front crash bar. And as a result, she is not going anywhere. That is solid, so I'm pretty happy with that. Got 2 bolts in the bottom, one there, one there. Just got 4 bolts holding it in. But whilst I'm down here at this point, I don't know if I showed you where me cold air tubes came out. That was the little one. This one had to go around the washer tank, so it comes up from the bumper, up through there, and then up a little hole inside there, and then that one pops out up here, just there. If you can see, it's difficult to see it, but you can just about see it coming up there. So that comes right out underneath the filter, and then the other one comes out sort of just there. So it will, when you're going at a bit of speed, it will fill this area with cool air, and it definitely did the job because it dropped the intake temps by shitloads. And you basically, when you're running now, you're only about a degree or two, well, about 2 degrees above ambient. So it's pretty good. So yeah, oil cooler's in. Lines are just sitting on the floor right now. I dumped the oil out earlier, so now we've just got to do the not so fun bit, because all of this is buried down there. So it's going to be quite difficult to get to, and I may end up having to drop the manifold off, I don't know. And then there's another thing I've got to do, is to find out where I can plug in my pressure and temperature sensors for the oil temp, because obviously they're going into the sandwich plate there right now, and I don't think we're going to be able to use that anymore, so I need to find somewhere else. I think there's an oil pressure switch around here somewhere. I don't know where it is though. I've got to figure it out. Oh, it's down there, the little grey one. Down there, just there. So I wonder if I can actually get to that to unscrew it to see what thread type it is, because I reckon we can use that port there to take off to put other bits and pieces in. Oh, it's going to be fun. May have to drop the manifold. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, here then. I bet look a right mess. I've been scratching around on the floor of this bloody driveway for hours, messing about, trying to find the best way to do stuff. And you know, earlier I said I bought this kit because it's hopefully just going to be a nice, easy, straightforward install, and I ain't gonna have no issues. Well, I've got issues, haven't I? Freaking hoses are way too long, really. So the cooler sits up the front here. I've switched it around now, so I've got the logo the right way up. Well, that sound like rain. Alright, not. And I don't know if you can see, can I get my camera in there? Yeah, so you can see they go down there, but they're actually on the floor tray and the inner arch there. I mean, the good news is they're kind of miles away from anything that's going to chew them up, so that's good. But if I get under here, come and have a look with us. Turn the screen on so I can see what I'm doing. Right, so we've got the sandwich plate on the car up there, and then I've double stacked the sandwich plates because then I can keep my sensors and I ain't got to mess around changing anything, which is quite handy. That was fun trying to do that up. I had to use the adjustable spanner to go on the nut endways, and then I had to use a set of mole grips to turn that like this way. So that was kind of fun. Anyway, so let's move this out of the way. So, oh man, I don't know where you're going to see anything really, but my eyes can't see shit. So it goes behind here, which is fine, but really they want to be tucked up against the side of the chassis rail there, right the way up there. But if I do that, we're going to get kinks in the hose, which is bad. So what I may end up doing is sort of using this side guard, putting a couple of holes in this side guard, and then just tie wrap through to try and just sort of hold it so it's not completely on the bottom, and then it shouldn't get eroded through by anything. And I think, to be fair, that's probably going to be my best bet. I've just boshed the old filter back there a minute just so it's not open to the elements, because my oil and my new filter's not turned up yet. So yeah, I think that'll do for today, because can't be asked anymore. So yeah, you can sort of see they go right down there to the floor tray, which isn't ideal. So I'm probably just gonna have to bodge something up, much like I have for the rest of it really. Chop my bracket down, chop that bracket down. OEM Honda bolt, Gucci. But the good news is that's solid to the car, so I'm happy with that. It's bang in the right place for getting airflow, so I'm happy with that. I should have got AN lines though, because then I could have just made them up to the exact length I need, and it would have been a bit easier. But yeah, so anyway, well, there we are. I think that'll do for today. I'll do brakes another day and finish this off another day as well, because I think it might rain, so I'm going to probably just stop and get the car covered up. Catch you in a bit. Good morning, welcome back. It's another day. I gave up yesterday because I couldn't be bothered to finish off doing the rest of the tidying up of the oil cooler install, because it took me ages and I wanted to go and drink some beer. So today we're doing brake pads today. I've already done this side, I've already put the PBS pads in this side. I'd love to repaint these calipers. That VHT paint that I use has not stayed on them very well at all, and there's quite a considerable amount of burn marks from those EBC yellow pads, which I took out now actually. So they're here. These are the EBC yellow pads. They've barely had any come off them, to be honest, because they've only done 2,000 mile and only done one sort of 20-minute track session. So then we've got some fresh PBS's Pro Race, these are. But I just wanted to show you this because, oh shit on me bucket, this is what I love about old Hondas, mate, because probably do this pretty much one-handed. One pad out, two pads out. Oh, I need to probably, I'm just going to give them a little spray. Hang on a minute. you sit there a minute, can you? Just giving them a spray with some brake cleaner just to get rid of any schmoo. Do the disc as well. Oh, the schmoo's all landing in my foot. That's that done. And basically just pull that up out of the way there. And the pad just slides in like so. I'll put these around the right way. Yeah, there we go. That's it. It's done like that. Piston has gone back in a bit, so that's it. Put the bolt back in. And that is it. That's a pad swap on a set of Lucas Girling style calipers. I think they're Girling style actually, I'm not sure. Anyway, the Lucas calipers, because these are off of an MB6, they're basically, they take the same pad as a DC2 EK9, but the actual caliper itself is very slightly different because these were made by Lucas and not Nissin. But there we go, that's it. That's taken about 5 minutes each side, so beautiful job when they're that simple. I might actually be bothered to do a bit more on the oil cooler today now, because this took a lot less time than I thought it was going to. So there we go. I've decided to not bother doing anything more today. I'm going to pack it away and I'm going to go and help my boy rebuild his computer. So peace out till the next time. There'll be a video in a couple of weeks probably, because we are going to go and do some playtime on the track. So stay tuned for that. Adios.